Hello friends, this is Horace and I welcome to all of you on my channel Global Studies Aspirants. And today, as you can see on your computer screen, friends, we're going to talk about Horace, and his surname is Elias Quintus Horatius Flaccus. Fine, and this is part of literary criticism, classical literary criticism. Fine, and this topic today is very important, friends, as per your examination perspective. If you are preparing for NET examination, UGC Net, and TGT or PGT examination, fine, so don't make any kind of delay. Let's get into the topic, and this is the first slide in front of you. And here let's I'm gonna let you know, friends, some very important points as per the Horatius point of view. Okay, here the first one slide, here in the first paragraph: Alexander the greatest of the Greek emperors, to Aristotle the greatest of the philosophers, and the third Demosthenes, fine, the greatest of the orators. These three were died within a short duration of 12 months. Only within one period of time, they all three died. Fine. And with the fading away of the great and glorious Alexander Empire, by this fading away, with इसके समाप्ति के साथ ही यहाँ पर Alexander Empire समाप्त हो जाता है, right? And the focus shifted from the 4th century BC Athens to Rome. After that what happened, friends? Here the focus होता है वो BC Athens से रोम की ओर फोकस हो जाता है इन 1st century BC में. फाइन. एंड द ग्रेटेस्ट रोमन पोइट क्रिटिक होरेस, फाइन, यहाँ पर ग्रेटेस्ट रोमन पोइटिक क्रिटिक जो होते हैं होरेस, lived at a peaceful time conducive to discussion about art. इन्होंने आर्ट के बारे में फोकस किया. They wrote and they spoke about art. Fine. He was a good friend of Augustus. Augustus was the ruler of Rome at that point of time. Fine. And his greatest contemporary was Virgil. Virgil was the contemporary of Horace. Fine. Here you will come to know, friends, here like Virgil, Ovid, and Horace. These three belonged to the age that is now called to the Augustan age. Fine. I hope you must be getting. Augustan age belonged to these three poets, great poets, Virgil, Ovid, and Horace. When Horace made his great contribution to literary thought, nearly 300 years had passed since Aristotle wrote his poetics. You know what happened, friends? जब Horace ने अपना contribution दिया literary में, तो उससे 300 वर्ष पूर्व Aristotle की presence थी, right? Time था, right? And here, apart from this, J.W.H. Atkins mapped the three different attitudes prevalent at that point of time, that was, which served as models for Roman literature. One favored the Greek authors. Phelan को फेवर किया ग्रीक ऑथर्स को, राइट मॉडल टू फॉलो, एंड दे वर द एटिसिस्ट, दे वर कॉल्ड एटिसिस्ट्स. ओके. द सेकंड वाज अलेक्जेंड्रियन स्कूल. सेकंड जो था अलेक्जेंड्रियन स्कूल था, दैट फेवर द न्यूअर फॉर्म्स ऑफ राइटिंग्स एंड विद इन एम्फेसिस ऑन इमोशंस एंड शॉर्ट फॉर्म्स. ये दीज इट वाज द सेकंड attitude. Fine. And the third one, Virgil himself was influenced by the school, and the third attitude was nationalistic. Why? Which pleaded in favor of earlier Roman poets. What happened here? The third, in favor of earlier Roman poets, raised objections to the borrowing from the Greeks. They objected to get the borrowing from the Greeks. Okay, they try to develop their own thoughts and own creature, right? And as a man of later, Horace joined the controversies and conflicting discussions of his day, and his major work of literary criticism, written towards the end of his life. The major work was Epistle of the Picius. It's the very important work you can write down, which has come to be known as the Ars Poetica or Art of Poetry. This is very famous, as you know very well, friends. And Ben Jonson was one of the translator of this text. Ben Jonson जो इसके ट्रांसलेटर्स हैं उनमें से बेन जॉनसन एक था, राइट? सो लेट्स गेट इनटू द नेक्स्ट वन slide. Here the difference between Aristotle is that while Aristotle is more philosophical, fine, Aristotle बहुत ज़्यादा philosophical था, but Horace is more practical था. Okay, thus there is a shift to the rhetorical tradition in him. In the mode of narration, he opts for medias res. Medias res means there were rituals or trends, like they used to get the pictures of war, like Trojan War or any other wars. They usually shown, okay, in their creatures. And in the technique of the Odyssey, like you can look at the example of the Odyssey, you will find this kind of narration or techniques, right? He takes up the question of the poetic form. Excessively violent incidents ought not to be present on the stage. Further, he emphasizes that violent incidents should not be presented on the stage. Fine. And the appropriate practice of drama requires 5 acts. There should be 5 acts in every kind of drama, and the chorus should be the spokesman. and the जो chorus है वो spokesman होना चाहिए. What is morally right or unjust? Fine. Poets for him are born as well as made. Okay, as per his philosophy ideology, that poets are both, like they are born and they are as well as made, right? He encouraged aspiring poets to practice imitation, by which is meant emulating and following in the footsteps of the great models. Further, he told that we should follow the great models of the writer, great ancient writer. Okay, and the importance of gravity of classical literature is found in Horace, is felt in three areas. The importance of gravity, which was felt in three areas. The first one, motivation to compose, fine, and the second, the moral issues that govern a work. Okay, and the third one, at the factors relating to the style of composition. These are the third factors, okay, that was noted by the Horace. Horace classified rhetoric into exordium, statement of case, partition, proof, refutation, and peroration. These are some more points you can remind friends, or if you are able to uh, get to make it remember, okay, you can remember of these points, fine. He divided the style into high, middle, and low, but as per your examination point of view, this it is generally not at, but as for your knowledge perspective, you can remind those, you can remember, or you can write down all these points. He divided style into high, middle, and low, fine. More than these, rhetoric was just not just a technical discipline, it must be deeply grounded in further, he told us that we should adopt the moral principles in our poetry, whatever we are going to write, right? Because it is related to law, philosophy, and ethics, because it's also related, poetry is also related to a law, philosophy, and ethics. So these are some important points over here, you can write down, friends. Let's, okay, move on the next one slide. And here the last one, the friends, Horace positive achievements cannot be easily ignored. Okay, he takes the literature of Greece, he takes the literature of Greece as his standard. He fixed a general standard for the Greek literature. When he discusses poetry, he asserts the supremacy of Greek literature. What he told, friends, he asserts, he accepted the supremacy of Greek literature, and this is an opening a new phase. And further, what it made, that it opened a new phase in criticism. His conception, his ideology, or of imitation meant a recreation, meant was recreation, and not just copying as he came to be misinterpreted. Just it should not be like that, just copy whatever you are telling, just copy the same in front of the audience and in front of your students, just you are just copy the same content. So there should be some special creativity, new creativity, what it meant, he meant to say like that, right? His pronouncements of the employment of proper diction, there should be a proper diction on the form of verse, okay, on which, by which unity can be achieved, all right. And he related matters about the form of the poem have a sound value in literary theory. That's why the poetry should be looking sound, okay, should be looked sound, all right. So this is all for today, friends. I hope you must be getting the whole concept. And if you really like this video lecture, this please do not forget to subscribe our channel and like our videos, okay. And that's all for now. I'll back very soon with the next video. Till then, bye. Thank you for watching this video.